Top Gear's former presenter and former cricketer Freddie Flintoff doesn't just collect cars. He curates an experience filled with rides that range from modest sleepers to incredible supercars. So buckle up as we dive into the insane collection that's as much about passion as it is about personality. And we're going to start off with the Rover 216 Coupe. Starting off with the Rover trilogy and Freddie Flintoff's car collection, Flintoff has some interesting backstories to how some of his cars came to be in his garage, and trust me, these stories show how far the ex-cricket player has come. You see, Freddie was 17 years old when he got his brand new blue 216 Coupe. He was the hottest boy in town and definitely captured the hearts of girls as of that time. The car had a Targa-style roof that allows you to remove the glass panels for a convertible-like experience. You could see it as a perfect spot for letting in a little bit of sun or rain, especially in those unpredictable British weathers. But who would bother about that kind of thing when you could decide to drive your friends or even go wherever you want without bothering about taking the bus or the subway? 17-year-old me wouldn't bother. Now I have to ask, would you? Freddie's Rover 216 Coupe was a unique car blended with charm. It was a 90s nostalgia, and although it didn't set the world on fire with its specs, it managed to maintain the pure British quirkiness. It featured a 1.6-liter Honda D16A6 inline-4 engine and about 111 horsepower at 5,600 RPM. It wasn't that fast, as it could go from 0 to 60 in 9.6 seconds at a top speed of 118 miles per hour if you're really pushing it. It had a decent audio system. The sound system wasn't bad for a car of that time, even though it wasn't exactly the sleekest car either. He made sure to drive his friends around and even said in an interview that he didn't drink so that he could drive his friends home. After the Rover 216 Coupe, Freddie got the second Rover, but this time he wasn't a really big fan of this one. But before we go further, if you like our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, as we've got a massive lineup of collections you don't want to miss. Now let's get back to the video. The next Rover was the Rover Cabrio. After the 216 Coupe, it was time for an upgrade, and Freddie quickly swapped for a Cabrio model. But Freddie wasn't a fan of the color of his Rover Cabrio. It wasn't the color he wanted, as it was a purple car instead of blue. He managed it for about 3 months though. The Rover Cabrio had a 1.6-liter inline-4 Honda engine capable of around 110 horsepower. It wasn't fast, but it was a right fit for a breezy Sunday drive. With a 5-speed manual transmission, this convertible, or Cabrio if you decide to call it fancy, was a simple car that low-key oozes an old-school British charm. Luckily for Freddie, the England and Lancaster Ave got a pay raise and swapped for a more upgraded model of the Rover. This is the Rover 620 Ti. The Rover 620 Ti ended the Rover trilogy in Freddie Flintoff's car collection. After being almost stuck with the purple Cabrio that he didn't want, Freddie was pleased to move to a much better version of the Rover. The 620 Ti was actually different from the Rover models he's used before. The humble sedan had a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine under the hood that delivered an impressive 197 horsepower. That's a pretty big upgrade, am I right? It might not mean much, but especially with the super speed and much higher capacity of cars today, back in the 90s, this car was a sleeper hit. The 620 Ti could go from 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds, quite comparable to the Ford Sapphire RS Cosworth, a car with pretty dope street credibility back in the day. Classic car lovers would most likely know what's up. Flintoff's Rover 620 Ti played a huge part in his early car journey before becoming a Top Gear host and car connoisseur. This car was a homie from day one kind of thing. So since his cricket club allowed him to rent cars at 1% of their value, the Rover brand was a natural fit for the young man and his experiences with the Rover. However, after the era of Rovers, Freddie could officially move to the big leagues and of course call himself a cool kid. The next car has a very funny reason as to why he bought it. Who buys a car because they're bored? Exactly, someone that has numbers running. This car is the Porsche Boxster. Freddie bought this car because he was actually a bit bored on a tour of Pakistan. According to him, it was a lovely car, but met a rather sudden end. Don't worry, nothing bad happened. The original Boxster, also known as the 986 model, had a 2.5-liter flat-six engine that produced around 204 horsepower, but it later became popular and recognized. Then later versions included a 2.7-liter engine upgrade, making the driving experience even more thrilling. followed by the S trim introduced in 1999, which featured a more powerful 3.2-liter engine and some increased horsepower, making the Boxster itself an ideal choice for Freddie. Freddie's Porsche Boxster was written off after a serious crash where a Metro hit his car. He was driving in a back lane and a Metro came the other way, which he stopped, but the Metro couldn't and hit him. According to him during an interview, Metro had metal bumpers, immediately scraping off the front end of his Boxster. Poor car. I mean, let's give a moment of silence for the Boxster. Yeah, that's about it. But don't think that was it, because the next car Freddie later bought used to be owned by golfer Lee Westwood. This is the BMW M5 E39. After the tragic demise of the Boxster, which we already had our 1 minute of silence for, Freddie settled down with a V8 manual BMW with an even more interesting backstory, at least for a golf lover like Freddie. The E39 M5 featured a 4.9-liter V8 engine, also known as the S62 under the hood, and packed a powerful performance of 394 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. It's fair to say that this engine was mind-blowing and even beat some supercars hands down. With a 6-speed manual transmission that allows a raw driving experience, it could go from 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds and has a top speed of 155 miles per hour. I mean, for a sports car in the 90s, that's not bad. The classic leather seats, wooden trims, and massive disc brakes on all 4 wheels make this car bang. The car used to belong to Lee Westwood and was then bought by Darren Clark, who later sold it to Freddie. The BMW M5 E39 combines old-school power with a raw and sophisticated engine. Add that to Freddie Flintoff's personality and you get a car with both an interesting backstory and a powerful engine. But do you know Freddie once sold a car he didn't realize how good it was until it was no longer his? Yeah, that car is the Volkswagen Touareg, a classic SUV from Volkswagen that was in production from 2002 to 2010 and stands out as one of Volkswagen's most impressive SUVs. Volkswagen introduced the Touareg as a new high-performance luxury SUV built for competing with other premium brands like Mercedes-Benz and Porsche. The V10 Touareg was a game changer, especially with its turbo diesel engine. The brand's innovation of creating an engine with high torque for towing and going off-road, while still in the line of class and comfort for everyday usability, birthed the Volkswagen Touareg. Despite this SUV's high maintenance costs, car enthusiasts like Freddie Flintoff didn't hesitate to buy one because of its incredible performance, sophistication, and towing capacity. You know that moment when you let something go and you didn't know how good it was until it was gone? Yeah, you might have experienced that 1 or 2 times, but in Freddie's case, it was this car. He openly admitted that he didn't realize how good his Volkswagen Touareg V10 was until he sold it off. What makes this SUV from the 2000s so special? Well, let's find out. Under the hood is a 5.0-liter V10 turbo diesel engine that is able to release up to 310 horsepower and a remarkable 553 pound-feet of torque. This beast of an engine is mated with a 6-speed automatic transmission that delivers power to all 4 wheels. Added with the permanent 4-motion all-wheel drive, this SUV is able to push itself from 0 to 60 in approximately 7.5 seconds, having a top speed of around 135 miles per hour. Now that we've gotten those out of the way, what really makes this car different from other SUVs in its league? It also has one of the most powerful diesel engines installed in an SUV at that time, which allows it a towing capacity of over 7,700 pounds. That's impressive, but it's not all. Remember, Volkswagen also aimed to create a luxurious feel. The interior of the Touareg features premium leather, wood accents, and advanced technology like a touchscreen, a quality sound system, and many more. Volkswagen also offers adjustable air suspension for smooth off-road rides and adaptability on the highway. And with its high fuel injection system, the power and efficiency of the SUV are boosted. Guess you can just keep going on and on what the Volkswagen Touareg is capable of, but you already get the picture. Would you have regretted letting go of this car? Let us know in the comment section below. Next up is another car that met a gruesome fate in the hands of Freddie Flintoff. Meet the Ford F-150 Harley-Davidson Turbo. This was an upgraded version of the F-150 that combines Ford's fastest production truck with Harley-Davidson's grand styling. The Ford F-150 Harley-Davidson Turbo was born out of Ford's collaboration with Harley-Davidson as a celebration of American engineering and craftsmanship. This partnership began in the early 2000s. Harley-Davidson is an American motorcycle manufacturer, but it wanted to expand its name beyond motorcycles. Ford, with its remarkable F-150 model line, was the perfect option for a partnership between two brands. The F-150 Harley-Davidson runs on a 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost engine paired with a powerful turbocharger for high performance. This engine is capable of inducing up to 700 horsepower, which is a major upgrade compared to the regular F-150 with approximately 570 pound-feet of torque for serious power. This truck can go from 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds and can reach a limited top speed of 120 miles per hour. Not bad for a truck. It comes equipped with a 10-speed automatic transmission that delivers power to its 22-inch wheels, allowing smooth shifting and high fuel efficiency. The optional all-wheel drive system is suited for both off-road and on-road adventures. But this car meets its gruesome end in the hands of the popular TV host. How? Well, Freddie reported that he crashed the F-150 Harley-Davidson edition on his way to a friend's house. He stated that he wasn't really going that fast, but when he came around a bend in a lane, he lost control and crashed through a fence. Next up is a full-sized SUV from Mercedes-Benz. This is the Mercedes-Benz GLS 350D. When you're talking about luxury, Mercedes-Benz is sure to deliver the best of the best, and like all Mercedes, the Mercedes-Benz GLS 350D is desired for its blending of power, advanced technology, and comfortability. The GLS lineup represents Mercedes-Benz's focus on building luxurious SUVs, launched to take over the competition with other SUVs like the BMW's X7 and Range Rover. The Mercedes GLS 350D was initially named GL Class before it was renamed GLS, adding it to the S-Class models of Mercedes. The GLS 350D stands out particularly with its diesel engine designed for efficiency on long travels while still retaining comfort and luxury. It runs on a 3.0-liter V6 turbo diesel engine that has a maximum power output of around 255 horsepower. The engine is paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission that allows the car to accelerate from 0 to 60 in approximately 7.8 seconds with a top speed of 138 miles per hour. This first-class SUV also features an all-wheel drive system and a fuel economy of around 30 miles on highway. Mercedes offered more than luxury in the GLS 350D. It has advanced systems and layouts like the Airmatic suspension for smooth, adjustable rides, suitable for most terrains, a 7-seater configuration perfect for families or groups, and a panoramic sunroof that gives a luxurious look in the cabin. A command system is installed which includes navigation, touch controls, and smartphone integration, which keeps passengers connected. The safety features include adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, emergency braking, and so much more. Freddie reviewed the Mercedes GLS 350D as a family car, stating that it is a 7-seater and has all the necessary modifications, which makes it more practical than the 2-seater Porsche. Speaking of Porsche, the next on today's list is a Porsche 997 Turbo. This car made its debut in the year 2006 and immediately became more popular than the legendary Porsche 911's lineage. Freddie Flintoff describes this car as his go-to car, stating that it holds a special spot in his current car collection. He stated that he bought this car on impulse, which also applies to how he buys his Porsches, but he also didn't forget to add just how much he loves the car. Let's see what is under the hood of this gorgeous piece of art. The Porsche 997 Turbo, as the name suggests, is powered by a 3.6-liter twin-turbocharged flat-6 engine that generates up to 480 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and produces 457 pound-feet of torque. With an engine like this, it's no surprise that this sports car can sprint from 0 to 60 in around 3.4 seconds with a top speed of 193 miles per hour through a 6-speed manual transmission. It also features an all-wheel drive with Porsche traction management system. The special features in the 997 Turbo includes a variable turbine geometry, which makes the 997 one of the first production cars to feature a VTG. This special feature reduces turbo lag and boosts performance. The Porsche 997 also comes with Porsche Active Suspension Management for adjustments to different driving conditions, improving overall comfort and driving experience. Being a sports car, the Turbo has active aerodynamics with an added rear wing that adjusts at high speeds, reducing downforce and improving stability. You can just tell why Freddie loves this car as much as he does. Every car collector has that one car that tops the charts in their collection, and coming up next is Freddie's crown jewel in his garage. This is the Lamborghini Murcielago. The Lamborghini Murcielago was produced from 2001 to 2010 and was Lamborghini's flagship model and successor to the Diablo. It is known for its stunning design and immense power, getting its name from a famous Spanish fighting bull that scaled through 24 sword strikes in a bullfight dated back in the 1870s. That is one way of saying just how awesome this car truly is. Which might make you ask, just how awesome is this car? Well, the Murcielago was Lamborghini's first new model under Audi's ownership, which led to its improved build, efficiency, and striking design. Its design came from the hands of Luc Donkervogel, showcasing Lamborghini's signature scissor doors and dominating appearance that makes your heart skip a beat. The powerful engine, fine bodywork, and revised aerodynamics kept the Murcielago highly competitive before being succeeded by the Lamborghini Aventador. However, the Murcielago remains a favorite among car collectors for its old-school supercar look and modern technology. Under the magnificent hood is a massive 6.2-liter V12 engine that can produce 572 horsepower and deliver 479 pound-feet of torque. Mated with a 6-speed manual transmission, this supercar can go from 0 to 60 in only 3.3 seconds and is capable of reaching speeds as high as 205 miles per hour. Freddie Flintoff mentioned how beautiful the Murcielago looks, admitting that Lamborghini really gave their all in the production. Well, there you have it, a glance at Freddie Flintoff's insane car collection where style meets speed with just a hint of cheeky flair. His garage ranges from humble beginnings to modern head turners. Just like Freddie himself, his collection doesn't need to scream to be heard. It's all about that effortless, keeping it all under the hood charisma. After all, it's the driver, not just the machine, that makes the magic happen. So what do you think? What car in his collection interests you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on the best rides of the rich and famous. We'll see you on the track next time.